Thank you, and thank you, Chairperson. In relation to the Finance Bill, Minister, there's a lot of areas that weren't covered or weren't where people, are struggling at this time. Energy costs, and while you've given a rebate in electricity on two previous occasions, and it was very much welcome, there's no doubt about that, it's desperately needed still. And in relation to further energy savings in relation to businesses are getting a few quid, but they're getting astonishing bills of €10,000. It's putting a lot of them out of business, and that's what they're saying to me. And they need further aid and serious aid. But you need to tackle the energy companies out there, because you're failing in your duties to do that, as if you're aiding and abetting them in this. Also, the fuel allowance is coming to an end as far as a lot of elderly people are concerned. And I plead with you, Minister, maybe to extend this for an extra period of time, because a lot of people are still, feeling the cold and found it very difficult this winter with the price of fuel. The VAT and rate on hospitality, I do appreciate that didn't go up from 9 to 13.5%. It would have finished many cafes and restaurants, and I think you need to look at that completely, because there's some people gouging hotels up here in the city may be making fortunes of money, but ordinary people on the ground, the ordinary hotel, family ran hotels in West Cork are not doing that, and need to be this needs to continue. And the excise duty, I'm very, 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 very saddened to think that that's going to be the reduction you take is going to be put back on the fuel, as if fuel wasn't dear enough. But you're grabbing fuel, always looking for a tax take on fuel so you can get your pet projects across the line in so many places. Also, the carers allowance being means tested, that should be abolished, Minister. And this is an area you need to look at. If an elderly person has been looked after 100% at home by somebody, just because their husband is working somewhere else, or the other way around, if it's so be it, that they can't get a carers allowance because of their husband's income, even though they're carrying out the works at home, is outrageous and it's not fair. And in relation to other issues like our roads, there's an AERO report in West Cork that shows living proof, an independent report that they're getting, that Cork County is getting the least amount of funding in relation to roads and in relation to many other grants that are going. And we have nothing done on our bypasses in Inishannon, in Bandon, Northern Relief Road, or the Southern Relief Road, or in Bantry, in these areas. And one issue that's already been brought up here this evening is the vulture funds. And I know it isn't the proper place to bring this up, because it should be brought up in the questions and answer session about the hotel in Clonakilty, or Dunham's Hotel, and this crisis situation that they face. I met with the same family, brilliantly ran hotel, brilliantly ran businesses in right through West Cork, and they've been destroyed, absolutely destroyed by the bank initially, and then Everyday Finances. You should stand up and support these businesses, and I plead with you, Minister, and I will plead further with further serious senior officials here in this government to step in here and put Everyday Finance into the proper place that should be, and that's back out, and sit the hell down and talk to these people, because they are trying to rip the heart out of Clonakilty, and they won't be allowed to do that by the people of West Cork. Will stop them if the government are failing in their duty to stop them, because he's supporting these vulture funds. There's no point in government TD screaming here against this when they're supporting these vulture funds in the first place, because they're supporting the bank to do that, and you're the majority shareholder.